YouTube, Electric Adventures here with another package in the mail from my really good friend on YouTube, 1msx2go, John. Here's the package here. I've opened the top. I'm currently off work at the moment because I've had some stuff done to my shoulder. We have, so there may be some time between this and when the any gameplays get done. We have a note. Hey Tony, how's thing? Hope is all well. Sorry for the delay in sending the package, should have been sent months ago. Doesn't matter, John, when you can send stuff, you can send stuff. To make up for the delay, I've sent along some extras. You didn't have to do. Should you have any, feel free to add to future trades. I haven't forgotten about the magazines. Retro Gamer will send them shortly. It was just to keep the postage costs down here. Magazines are heavy. Yeah, John's got a friend who gave him a whole pile of Retro Gamer magazines. Well, not a whole, but a few Retro Gamer magazines, and he ended up with a few duplicates. So when he gets a chance, he's going to send those over. I've sent him a package only just the other day as well, so I hope he enjoys what I put in there for him. So there's some items here. And the first up we have a cue card for the PC Engine. I recognise the character, I just can't remember the series off the top of my head. It's quite a good series. I might have another game in this series. And I don't think I got this one when I went crazy on Japanese auction recently. Got a whole lot of stuff for cheap, and I don't think I've got this one, but I might have got the other one in the series. So it'll be really interesting to look and see which one it is. I'll look it up and I'll put some text over here for the name. And he's included some PlayStation manuals. So this is the manual for Formula 1 on the PlayStation. I believe I've got that game. I don't know whether I've got the manual or not. Next one is Zoo Classics Motorhead. I haven't heard of that game. These are all in really good nick too, so it's a racing game. That sounds interesting. Oh, okay, here's the disc for the Formula 1 and the disc for the Motorhead and the inlays as well. That's awesome. I should be able to pick up some cheap PlayStation. Sorry, I used the wrong arm. Cheap PlayStation 1 carts that have been sitting around at cash converters that they can't sell because they're so common they're not funny, and use those cases. Ah, cool, I remember this game. So this is a game for the MSX. I did actually used to, I probably had it in the store I worked in, but I don't think I've ever had a physical copy. It's Blagger. It's a platform game. I believe it came out for from Alligator Software, came out from a bit of a Manic Miner type of game. It came out for the Amstrad and the Spectrum as well. So it's a tape title. And then here is a 5-star games tape. And besides Manic Miner, I don't think and it's for the MSX, I don't have any of the games on there. So it'd be really cool to have a look at those. Lidon, Barnstormer, Shark Hunter and Zoids. I'll just need to pick up a double cassette case, which you can find at our tip shop. I didn't think about the other day, I was actually cleaning up the retro computer section because my cousin got me some cassette drawers, and I realised I've got a whole lot of Commodore 64 titles with no covers, and I thought, where can I get those from? And then I remembered last time I was at a tip shop, it's a whole lot of like music cassettes for like cents, if you know what I mean. So if I bought a whole lot of those, and obviously took the music tapes out, I got to repurpose the capes. Now this is a really cool one to get. It's one of my favourite arcade games, and I have played the MSX version before, but it was a long time ago. So so it's a Konami game, just a loose cartridge, but it's nothing wrong with that. We're getting a Konami game, and it's Time Pilot. Cool. Can't wait to play with that. I've got to get better first. And he sent a second one. Oh, I don't have any of these yet, and it's another Konami cartridge, and it's Hyper Sports 3. So this is in the track and field type series of games. They all came out obviously in the arcades and on the MSX first before any other machines. They're actually quite, being Konami games, they're quite well made and use the machine quite well. And this is another thing he said he was sent me. It's the Zen machine code assembler. Oops. For the MSX, for which I have the manual for up there. I'll get it down in a second. So. There's it. So it's a cassette thing. So that was the very first assembler that it was the second assembler I used. I used one from South Africa before I used this one on the original Spectre Video. Tape-based development was very challenging, but I found out a lot using that assembler, a lot of information with it. I'm not sure what this one is. So this is Supersonic HWA featuring Sonic the Hedgehog. Doesn't label a system. Maybe it's music. Yeah, super instrumental. So this is music. Wayne Brown, writer unknown, copyright control. Produced by Jeremy Healy and Matt Clark. Engineered by Sarah Benningham. Recorded at Battery Studios, London. So all proceeds that Sega received from sales of this record will be donated to the Noel Robbins Music Therapy Centre. So there we go. It's music from Sonic the Hedgehog. Which obviously can't really play you because of it'll have copyright problems, but that'll be really cool to have a listen to. So I'll have to put it in the tape player and digitise it. And that's the end of the box, and it was a very good box indeed. So it will be a few days before I'm allowed to move my arm and record the gameplay as they go along with this, but I always like to open packages on the day that I get them, if at all possible. So thank you very much, John, for those items. I'll have a lot of fun playing those, and hope you'll get your package shortly. And alright, let's go. Well, obviously there'll be a time delay, but let's go play those games. Here we go with the first of games from John. It's called Blagger. I did play this back in the day, although I don't think I have my personal copy. It's actually quite a good game, obviously brought on by the Manic Miner game, so it's another game in Pixel Perfect Jumpers. It has quite a good musical intro, as we can see. Right, so we've got a guy, and he jumps. Oops, and you can't obviously touch the wrong things. Nope, not the thing to do. Yeah, you get the idea now. Now the blue stuff here will disintegrate, I'm sure. Oops, oh, I'm dead already. So it really is a matter of figuring out each of the screens. And you really do need to do all of the screens of a pattern. And before I go in there, I'm actually going to go down and have a And that was silly. Let's see if I can at least finish one screen. Oh. So this should be pretty close to the Spectrum version. Need to judge this properly. Now also the key is near a bit in the roof, so be careful we don't touch that. Now we need to get back to the safe. And let me guess a code. So you need to get all the keys and get back to the safe before it ends. Yeah, I need to work that one out a little bit, but a really good, fun set of games. These sort of ones. Let's try the next game. Okay, next we have Time Pilot cartridge. Plug it into my 1msx. Now this is. I've actually had a quick game just to make sure, check it out. It is actually quite different from the Coleco version. There's no difficulty level to select. And it's silent up until this part of the game. So we do have our intro music. Now immediately notice it's got a little bit more detail than the a little bit more detail than the Coleco one. Just by the fact that they've got a pilot inside the ship. It doesn't have a starting difficulty level though. Oh, you've really got to watch out for the bullets. Easily hidden in the enemy guys. So it doesn't seem to be following the the sound effects are a lot simpler. Besides the bullet shooting gun, that was pretty pathetic. Let's try that again. So it has the the 5 time zones, just like the original arcade game. And you've got a reasonable rate of fire. And I think that was supposed to be a squadron, but the sounds aren't very good. I actually think, supposedly, that the sound has been done better in the Coleco version, even though the graphics aren't quite as colourful, so you've really got to watch those bullets. There goes a parachutist. As you can see, the sound effects are much simpler. I suppose it's a bit hard to compare if you're not seeing a bit of Time Pilot on the Coleco. And this game is actually, in the end, once you get used to it, although more colourful, it's actually far too easy. I got through all 5 stages on my first go before, when I was just having a play. It's just that, especially for a Konami game, it seems to be lacking in the sound effects department. Other than that, it looks alright for the limitations of the machine. And little touches that you expect from Konami games missing, like, seeing the amount of points that you get when you get one of those parachutes as an example would have been nice. There we go again. Alright, I'll leave that one at that because we do have a few games to get through. Let's try the next one. We go Hypersports 3. I don't think I've actually played this one. I'm not sure whether to play it with keys or okay, with keys or joystick. So I'm the one on the top. Don't know what it was I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so like all these games, you've got a you've got a space bar to change lanes. Okay, so you need to tap on the keyboard at a regular rate to get up to speed. So since I've got to a slow start. Okay, I only need to do one. That's what I'm doing wrong. Figured it out too late. You actually only need to tap to the right, not back and forth. So, I lost already. So, let's have another go, eh? Mean, it doesn't let you progress unless you win. And you can play these games 2 players, of course. Oh, I see. I actually broke the start. Probably not any good for my shoulder. Yeah, you're right, computer players. Seriously can't go any faster than that. That does actually hurt my arm. Player 1 game over. So it's a bit of a mean game, but looks quite interesting. We shall probably have a more in-depth look at that when when I'm not going to endanger myself hurting my arm. But anyway, very interesting. Let's try another game. Now, our next one is called Elidon. So here we go. Okay, so it's quite a colourful looking game. Be nice if I knew what noise I was doing. Okay, so you press up to fly. Right, and every time we touch, something I'm missing about the flying. Get already. Alright, so you need to avoid things. And it's very colourful. There's quite nice sound effects. Just keep on being to stop pressing. Okay. thing flying like the screens constantly at you. Yeah, so the screens do link logically together there somewhere. It's not easy to hack. It's one of those ones that you might need a map. Do something with that? No, and I'm dead again. Alright, I might have to look it up, but it's one of those games in the vein of Sabrewulf and quite good spectrum conversions. Yeah, 1% of rooms visited, so there's obviously a lot of rooms. And I'll have to have a look online and have a look at the instructions and try and figure the game out. Alright, let's try the next game. After a bit of involved loading, we've got Barnstormer. Looks quite interesting. Actually do it with press a key. Controls out a bit more, don't I? Gotta work out these controls. So you seem to be able to rotate, that's all. Whoops! Lots of ways to die. It's a little like looping as well, I suppose. Looping for the clicker. You only go one way. Not sure what we're supposed to be bombing. Go up here. We didn't get very far. We better have another go, see if we can work it out. But it's got like a Hall of Fame and all sorts of things as well. I've got to watch that momentum. I will figure out what I'm supposed to do soon. Yeah, you speed up quite quickly. So you can't hit these balloons. I still don't know what we're supposed to hit. Airplane. Oh, there we go. There's a target down there, I think. Unless that was gas we're supposed to pick up. It really does take a little while to turn, and I don't believe I've got another control. One more turn, because I'm just curious at working out this game. Okay, so pressing up does something as well. Okay, well, this is maybe the joystick's messing up a little bit. see if I can get along as far as I can go this one. One more go. Okay, the other directions do work. Which does help us getting somewhere. Well, anyway, very interesting game that I'm going to have to maybe have a look online and work out what it is. But this is a pretty cool compilation so far. Let's try the next one. Next, this one should be Shark Hunter. Okay. So we can throw. Right, we can throw our thing and we can swim between things. There's some sharks over there. Seem to be on it. Oh, I got one. I thought we could only do up. Sorry, I'm getting a bit of reflection here. Probably not a good idea to go in the water just there. Oh, got eaten by a shark. Song. No. Oh dear. Left my family all alone. Good to have a game with a morbid sense of humour. Oh dear. Yeah, well, definitely a different game. Alright, let's try the next one. Right, next we have Zoids. So we can obviously load a previous game, which is interesting. Spider Zoid. So we have some sort of control panel. Scanner of some sort. Right, so this allows us to move around our little mini map. Right, so that's a command to move. So it must be commanding a big robot thing, and we've got to find. Oh, yeah, so it's gone everywhere where I moved on that previous thing. Maybe one of those things that you need to switching to target select. Sit down. Yeah, so it's sort of like a strategy game, I suppose. We seem to have finished doing that movement we were doing before. What this icon up here? Sorry, my dogs are being silly. Not sure what that is. This is obviously a localized weapon. Okay, yeah, that was like a front view trying to shoot. This joystick does have trouble going up. I'm going to have to take it apart and clean it at some stage. Okay, not sure what that one does. Go more this way and get more of the map unfolding. I'm not sure what we're doing there. Oops. Okay, yeah, well, we can actually go up. Oops. Yeah, it's going to follow the track I went exactly. This joystick's not going up properly, so it doesn't when it feels like it. I'll just see if I can take it apart and clean it up. So I might have found something now. Let's see what happens when we do this. Right, so we've got to... You've got to steer it onto target by the looks of it. Let's try that again. So I take it that red mark over there is our end target. Still not sure. We'll try this now. So, a bit of a strategy game. Once again, I'm probably going to have to read some instructions on what in the world I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, I've got some basic tenets of what we're doing now. So I didn't hit anything that time. Still don't know where we're heading. Alright, yeah, need to do some reading up and figure that one out. But an interesting looking little game and quite a good collection of games on that tape. That'd be very good value back in the day. Alright, let's try the next thing. Here we go with Doraemon. Another one of the regular characters from the PC Engine and Hudson Soft. I'm not sure what this menu is, but it's as I said, it's a little bit like Bomberman in reverse, or even a little bit Lode Runner-like, in that you have to trap creatures. So this is Doraemon going on his adventure with his friends. So we've got to find, they look like hamburgers. So here he comes. Okay, so we've got to collect our hamburgers whilst avoiding the other guys. We can make a hole and then we fill the hole in and it kills the guy. Respawn, but I'm not sure what the jewels do yet. So I did have a real quick go. Maybe that's where the enemy guys are going to respawn if you let them. So just let them go for the moment. So once you've collected all of the hamburger bits, the period seems to have passed, you get the key. There was an extra thing that came out. Right. Oh, there's something else down there. There we go, once I've got the key we can go to the door. So, simple concept, quite good fun music. So got a bonus for the number of enemies I killed. Getting him twice, I suppose. We jumped over. Okay, so we've got up to our key. Sort of bonuses we get. 7 this time. Okay, so the more you kill, the more you get bonus. There's obviously time. Interesting to see what this is going to be like playing multiplayers. You've got little hole things. We'll wander over one and see what happens. Come out the other one, okay. it's like. Different modes, I think, with all the characters, and you can select different characters to play. But no, very good game to send me, John. Thank you very much. And thank you for the whole package. Wonderful lot of stuff. Been very enjoyable doing all the playthroughs. Commit suicide there. Alright, thank you all for watching. Thanks to all my subscribers, and I'll catch you all later.